Game started.
Mr. Inconsistent. Yeah, I know the feeling. Okay, d4. Let's go knight f6. Knight f3. Okay, he could be going for some kind of London system or Kala system. Yeah, I guess this is the Kala system. So, see, I can go ahead and play c5 here, put a little pressure on the center. Okay, yeah, if he takes it, I'm just going to check and round it up. I think he can also round it up with the knight, but I don't mind getting my queen up. I think I've looked at this with the chess engine before, or similar positions, and the chess engine prefers actually to leave the pawn there for a while and pick it up later. So I can go knight to c6 now. If he harasses my queen, I can drop back to d6, I guess. If he plays knight here, I do have to worry that I don't run out of squares. And then I want to get castled. I was maybe thinking of playing e5 here, but with the knight pinned, that's no good. I could unpin first, because knight to e5 might be annoying. But now if he plays knight e5, I can just take it. And so I can play e5 here, but if I play e5 and he takes the knight, I take back. Yeah, I don't don't get the pawn back after that. So he might try knight a4 here. So for example, if I were to play bishop to d6 and he plays knight to a4, his queen is defending the bishop, and my queen can't go to any squares on either of those diagonals. Can't go right or left, up or down. So my queen really would be trapped there. So I'm going to kick the bishop here. That also actually opens up a square for my queen on a7, in case he plays something like knight a4. Just give myself a little more space over here, and then I can play bishop to d6. He can't play he can no longer play knight to a4. The bishop is occupying that square. And then I'll get castled. I should be okay with this position. And after I'm castled and the rooks are connected, I can think of pushing the b pawn forward and maybe opening up some lines over here on the queen side. Maybe I can even make use of the queen here on the queen side. I mean, the problem with maneuvers like this where you check with the queen and then take the pawn is that you are wasting some time just to reestablish material equality. And so sometimes it's not the best way to play. But if you actually use the queen where it is on c5, then there hasn't really been any wasted time at all. Okay, let's see. Can I play e4 or e5 or d4? I can play e5, but that would lose the d5 pawn. He's got bishop and knight on it. No, he's just got two attackers, and I have knight and queen. But he does have knight here. That removes an attacker from the square, and the queen can drop back. Let's push forward. And knight a4, which is once again in the position I have queen a7. So he pushes his e-pawn forward. So let's think about this. That is shutting down my bishop here. If If I take, he's got the knight. Knight takes, queen takes. Why don't I just push and see where he goes? Can go to a4, but okay, so he wants to go in there. Yeah, that makes sense. That makes sense. So if he takes here, it'll kind of mess up my pawn. So I think I'm going to go ahead and take. And he can take with the pawn, yeah. I thought he was take with the bishop, though, because this pawn, I mean, I can immediately start to go after it. Oh, I see. But he can go after this pawn. He can do that. So let's go here. Maybe I can extract the bishop pair as some kind of compensation here. Okay, kicked my queen, but unfortunately I had a square where my queen could defend the knight and the bishop. And also now I'm defending the pawn, so he traded. So I did get the bishop pair, but I didn't get this bishop, which it would have been nice to get that bishop. So let's see, can I pin that knight? I guess I can. Ah, he can move it while attacking my queen. Okay, so let's go here. Let's go here. His queen is still under attack. Played that move a little too quickly, I think. Although we'll see. Maybe he's got something here. I mean, my queen is still subject to a discovered attack. But what can that knight do? So I got my pawn back. He's threatening to take here, though, isn't he? Threatening to move his knight. So where are all the squares the knight could go to? Here, hitting the rook. That maybe is the most dangerous. Taking the bishop. Yeah, so I need to get out of trouble here. And so that stops knight to b6, which was kind of an annoying move there. Hitting my queen and my rook. And double attack on the queen. Okay, so let's save the bishop. Maybe here, hit the queen. So I ended up a pawn down after all. But I do have the bishop pair, so I did get some kind of compensation. Yeah, Mr. Inconsistent is doing pretty well here, I think. Okay, yeah, so he's lining up on my f-pawn. It's got the bishop there and the queen there. So I think this is pretty logical. Defend the pawn, offer to trade off the bishop in the right circumstances. Let's see, as long as his knight can't move with check, this should be okay. I'm defending here if he trades the bishop. I can set up a pin on that knight. So I take here and then play bishop there. Yeah, so he takes right away. So I don't have the bishop pair, but maybe I can get something out of this position. His knight needs to move, and this pawn is loose. Yeah, I can move the bishop with tempo on the queen. If I just trade queens, he takes with the knight. It's hitting my rook. That doesn't seem like very much. I guess this is kind of a double attack. I'm hitting the queen. This pawn is still hanging, and this pawn hangs after the queen moves. So So say the queen goes to h4, I can take on c2. And we'll get an even position where I've got bishop versus a knight. That should be good. Well, it's kind of lucky for me, I think. But well, you gotta make the most of your opportunities. So he went there. Why is he going there? Did he mean to go somewhere else? So if I go with the check first and open up his king side.
Check.
And then I'm going to play rook to h6, setting up some kind of discovered attack on his king.
White resigns.
Yeah, I think he was going to be in big trouble there. I was really expecting queen to h4. Okay, well, I'll upload this and check it out in a post-mortem. See you guys later. Bye.